Hey, fourth grade, Miss Rowe here. Today we're going to be reading aloud the text for week 6 of distance learning. So you can return to this read aloud as a resource as you read and write in response to the text. Let's get started. Okay, here we are on page 7 of our week 6 packet, which is the first page of our text. We can already see that this text is very rich with text features. There's so much going on in terms of illustrations and captions, and we want to make sure that we are getting all of that information. So we're going to be careful to read all of the text on this page so that we can get the most out of this text as possible. Starting with our title, Rocks as Resources. Now we'll read the body of our text. When people think of natural resources, rocks are not usually at the top of the list, but rocks are surprisingly important resources. Most of the metals we use come from mineral ores. Iron, copper, aluminum, nickel, lead, and zinc are all mined from the rocks in the ground. Much of the energy we use also comes from rocks. Fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas are used to heat homes, power cars, planes, and trains, and generate electricity. The truth is, you probably couldn't make it through a typical day without using a resource that originally came from a rock. Now let's make sure we read this caption that goes with this image. The Kennecott, Utah copper mine is one of the largest open-pit mines in the world. And next we have this caption, which relates to this part of our map. Silver, used for jewelry, tableware, decorative items, and money. Here are the top 10 silver-producing countries. Peru, featured on the map, Mexico, China, Australia, Bolivia, Russia, Chile, United States, Poland, and Kazakhstan. Now moving on to page 8. Again, we have lots of rich text features, so we're going to read carefully to make sure we get everything out of this text that we can. Starting here. Coal. One of the main fossil fuels is used to generate electricity and power factories. Here are the top 10 coal-producing countries. China, featured here in our map, United States, India, Australia, Russia, South Africa, Indonesia, Germany, Poland, and Kazakhstan. Next, we'll read salt. Used mostly for seasoning and preserving food. Here are the top 10 salt-producing countries. China, featured here on our map, United States, Germany, India, Canada, Australia, Mexico, Brazil, France, United Kingdom. Move on to diamonds. Gem-quality diamonds are used mostly for jewelry. Here are the top 10 diamond-producing countries. Botswana, featured here in our map, Russia, Canada, Angola, South Africa, Congo, Namibia, Guinea, Ghana, and Sierra Leone. Next, gold. Used for decorative items, jewelry, and electronic components. Here are the top 10 gold-producing countries. South Africa, here on our map, Australia, United States, China, Peru, Russia, Canada, Indonesia, Uzbekistan, and Ghana. Now we'll read iron ore on this side of the page. Used to make steel, one of the most important construction materials. Here are the top 10 iron ore producing countries. Australia, here on our map, Brazil, China, India, Russia, Ukraine, United States, South Africa, Canada, and Sweden. Now let's look at this text, which will pull all of these features together. Rocky resources around the world. Rocks are some of the most important economic resources. Each year, millions of tons of minerals and coal are mined from the ground. As it turns out, these resources are not spread evenly around the globe. Here are a few of the most important mineral resources and the places they are found. Moving on to page 9. Starting with our title, A Photographic Diagram, Rocks on Your Block. Many of the items, that we use every day come from rocks and minerals. Here are a few found around an outdoor cafe located on Stone Street in New York City. First, most common types of window glass are made from quartz sand. Traditional blackboards are made from slate, a metamorphic rock. Many magazines have a special shiny paper that contains clay materials. Many walkways are made of flagstone, a sedimentary rock that can be split into even layers. Jewelry is often made from precious metals such as gold and silver. Outdoor furniture is often made from aluminum, which comes from the mineral or bauxite. Moving on to page 10, lampposts can be made from a variety of metals, including iron, steel, and copper, all of which come from mineral ores. Fire escapes are made from either iron or steel, which comes from iron ore. Lintels over windows and doors are often made from natural stones such as sandstone or marble. Bricks are made from clay that has been baked at a high temperature. Most street signs are made from galvanized steel, which comes from iron ore. Many buildings contain concrete, which is made from limestone and sand. Curbstones are usually made from granite or marble. Electronic equipment, such as cell phones and laptops, have circuit boards that contain wires that come from copper ore. Many older streets are paved with cobblestones made of granite. Here we are on page 11 of our packet at our second text for this week. We can already notice that this text visually looks very different. There's much more text in paragraph format rather than text embedded within images like we saw before. So this looks a little different, and it's presenting the information in a new way, which is great for us because we'll be able to utilize both types of information as we respond to this text and write about this text. Remember, this text is in columns, so we're going to read this column first from top to bottom, and then move to our second column from top to bottom. Let's get started here with our title. Rock Jobs, Rocks and Minerals at Work. Did you brush your teeth today? Did you use a computer? Did you go to school? You could not have done any of these things without rocks and minerals. Your toothpaste contains minerals. Your computer needs crystals to run. The sidewalk around your school and the bricks on the walls are made from ground-up rocks. Let's check our caption. Computer circuit boards need crystals to run. Now up to column 2. Your home is filled with rocks and minerals. You brush your teeth each morning with minerals. Toothpaste contains fluoride and calcite. Okay, let's move to this caption here. Or not caption, this piece of text here. Learning and innovation skills. The Hope Diamond is probably the most famous gem in history. The stone is a deep blue color. It was first found in 1642 in India. Today, it is on display at the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C. It has been owned by many people. It has also been cut again to increase its beauty. Some people believe the Hope Diamond is cursed. They believe the diamond was stolen from a sacred statue in India. They think that whoever owns the diamond will have bad luck. They blame the diamond for any bad luck that has happened to its owners. Now we'll go back to this text. The diamond was cut into separate gems. The largest of these is now the head of the Queen of England's royal scepter. We often say that gems are precious and valuable, but all rocks and minerals are precious and valuable to us on Earth. Nature mixes ingredients to make a wide variety of them. The strong forces deep inside and on the surface of the Earth constantly shape and change these rocks and minerals. And here we can see an example of the scepter that the Queen of England has. So there you have it. Here are our 2 texts for this week about how we use rocks in our everyday lives.